Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing well. Yes, I know guys, oh my god, it has been so long since I've sat down to film a video. I feel like that's something that I've said at the start of every video this year, but I did just end up kind of accidentally taking a slightly longer break than I anticipated. Over the last few months, there's definitely been a lack of time, a lack of motivation to film, a lack of inspiration for looks as well. That's definitely been something that's been a little bit of a problem this year, and also a lack of desire to sit in this room over the summer. We've had multiple heat waves this summer in the UK, and sitting in this room under studio lights, even now that it's September and things have cooled down, I'm absolutely boiling right now. It's not very nice. So yeah, I think mostly we can blame my lack of desire to sit under studio lights during heat waves, and also the amount of Stardew Valley that I've been playing, because I've been playing that a lot instead of being more productive really. So there we go, that's what I've been up to lately. Anyway, we are finally back, and today I'm going to be showing you how I did this look. This is a look that I did on a work colleague a few weeks ago, and I have worn it a couple of times since then, and I just really like how it looks, and I really wanted to show it to you. I think I did mention to you guys in one of my videos that I was changing jobs. I've moved over from Clinique to Nars, and I think working for Nars is a bit of a breath of fresh air just in terms of inspiration. It's just a much more creative brand. I've been learning a lot. You will see quite a few Nars products being featured in this video. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Thank you so much for you guys for joining me today. Also, thank you to anyone who has subscribed over the past few months while I haven't been posting, because it felt like you kind of believed in me that I would come back and post more videos. That was kind of nice to still see subscribers coming in. I think at this point I'm almost at 3,000, so if you do watch my videos regularly but you haven't hit subscribe yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna shut up now because I'm talking way too much, and I also really want to get out of this room because it is so hot. So let's jump into the video. All right guys, let's jump into our first product because I'm so excited about this. This is the Nars Skin Light Reflecting Multi-Action Treatment. I got this through work. I have been using it on clients. This is going to be a really gentle exfoliating toner, so I'm going to take one of my reusable cotton pads and, oh, I'm guessing this is locked. There we go, that's a bit easier. There we go, a couple of pumps like that. Oh my god guys, it smells incredible. And I'm just going to swipe that all over my face. I definitely find this easier with real cotton pads. This is my bit for the environment. I only buy normal cotton pads for Milton because we have to clean his eyes. I'm gonna pump on a tiny bit more product because I do feel like the reusable pads absorb a lot more of the products than the normal cotton pads do, but this is just really nice and refreshing. It's gonna get rid of any dead skin cells on the skin and help with any flakiness, and as you guys can see, I mean, no change here. I've got a hormonal breakout going on at the moment, so flakiness, there's plenty of that and we want to get rid of it. Alright, I've got some new products. I just need to reach down for them. I got these in the post absolutely ages ago. These are from Pixi and this is their Rose collection, and I have been meaning to use this for so long. I'm gonna start off with the Rose Essence Oil. I have not used an oil for a very long time. This says it is a tri-phase oil that instantly preps skin for flawless makeup application. It's got rose water, rose oil and ceramides to help nourish and moisturize. You can literally see each sort of phase of the product, so we're going to give it a good shake before we use it. I do have oily skin, although I'm definitely not as oily as I used to be, so I am a little bit worried that this might be a bit heavy, but we're going to try it anyway. It has that rose smell, which I'm personally not a fan of. Rose is like the Marmite of the fragrance world, isn't it? You either love it or hate it. It does feel really greasy on my hands. This is really weird. I normally like only go for gel-based moisturizers, so this does feel really weird. I'm gonna do my eyes first anyway, so it will have time to sink into the skin before we get to doing the rest. Right now, I can still feel it, but it feels like it's sinking in quicker than I expected. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, this is the Radiance Perfector, and it says that this helps to blur and brighter skin to give a fresh finish. Again, it's got ceramides to keep skin nourished and hydrated. And the extra tip there is to pat around eyes and lips before bed for extra brightening. On the back, it then says, complexion enhancer creates a soft focused glow to give skin an even radiant finish, and to use solo or under makeup for added complexion perfection foundation. I'm going to use it as an eye cream now because that was a suggestion that was on there, but I feel like we need to try it as a primer as well. It is very liquidy, so I'm going to use it under my eyes for now. You know what, that feels quite nice. That has definitely sunk into the skin really quickly. So I feel like it has a blurring effect or a brightening effect. Maybe a little bit blurring. I feel like maybe it is sort of blurring things. Interesting. Definitely will need to play with it some more. I'm very curious about it. And lastly, we have the Lip Nourisher. So this is a lip balm. This one says it leaves a hint of tint as it softens with rosehip oil and vitamin E. So you know what? I'm gonna use it now. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it would be this bright. That's actually very pigmented for a tinted lip balm. Okay, maybe I should have used the lotion on my lips because things look pretty flaky already. It feels really, really lightweight on the lips. It's not like really heavy. It doesn't have a lot of shine. So if you're someone that doesn't like a really thick, shiny lip balm, that could be for you. For an everyday, really, really lightweight pop of color. But that's quite nice. We'll see how my lips feel when we get to the lip portion of the video. All right, we're gonna do my brows. I haven't used this in ages and I really hope it's not dried out, but it looks okay. I haven't done a dedicated video about this one. Going back a few months when I was posting regularly, if you saw me with proper pushback, glued down eyebrows, this is what I would have been using because I find it is the easiest product to use, the quickest to use, and it has the best hold. So we're gonna see if it still works. I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills, the dual-sided brow applicator. Or, okay, this feels really dry. I'm just gonna try warming it up and seeing if anything happens. I feel like this inner layer is just a bit dried down, but underneath still seems pretty good. So let's try that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a new one of these, I think. It will look like you have wrecked your spoolie, but don't worry, this does all go when you wash it and it does wash off pretty easily. And let's see if it still works. Okay, I'm pleased to report that this definitely still works. We'll see how well it stays stuck down. I always end up getting a ton of product on my skin, so I just like to take a cotton bud and just making sure I get rid of that excess. By the way, we're going to ignore the fact that my brow hairs right at the front are much shorter than the rest because when I was trimming my fringe the other day, I managed to trim the front of the eyebrows with it. Don't ask me how I managed that because I don't think I've ever done that before. Next up, I just want to create a base on my eyes. So I'm going to be using my MAC paint pot. This is the shade Painterly. I am going to be using a pencil for my base for the eyeshadow. I just want to smooth everything over first. And then actually what I'm also gonna do is take my Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade Cashew on the under eye, just right at the front, just for a little bit of color correction. I'm gonna let that sit there for a second. I haven't grabbed anything that I need, like no eyeshadow palettes or anything. I am so unprepared today. I'm gonna take my Viseart Neutral Mattes 1 palette and I'm gonna take this shade up here. I just want something that's just going to match my skin tone, so you could also use your setting powder, and I'm just gonna pop that all over. And then I'm just gonna use my finger now that I've let the concealer dry down for a bit, maybe a little bit too much. I'm just going to blend it out. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Cookies and Dream Shadow Stick. This one is, what is it called again? Cookie Lover, so this is the brown one. And that is gonna go all over the lid. Gonna take it up to the crease. Not gonna take it any further up though. And it will be coming underneath as well. And I wanna make sure it's right in the lash line. I don't want any gaps. So now I'm just gonna take a small little rounded brush. This one is from W7, from their Tokyo brush set. And I'm gonna blend that out. I just wanna create a really, really smooth edge. I'm going to switch into something a bit softer now. This is just a Zoeva 231, just to really soften all that out. And then to set that in place, I'm going to go back into the Viseart palette and I'm going to go for this really lovely warm shade. I'm taking that on a Morphe M433. And I'm just gonna pack it on. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna focus most of that color on the lid, closer to the lash line, and then I'm gonna start softly blending it in. I am noticing my eyebrows haven't stayed stuck down very well. I'm gonna have to push them back in place, maybe use a bit more product. I'm just adding a bit more eyeshadow. just to really bring it into the crease. Just gonna switch into an M456, so still by Morphe, just to bring that colour on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M514 and I'm going to go into this shade here just to really softly blend out that initial shade. What I'm trying to make sure here is that I don't take the eyeshadow up too far, because that's definitely something I'm normally guilty of. Gonna bring it underneath as well. And I think I'm gonna go back into my first shade and pack a bit more on the lid and really blend it into the crease. And then back in with that lighter shade just to soften it all out. And then I'm going to take a Morphe M330 and I'm going to go in with my really light shade again that I used at the beginning and just help finish blurring that all out. Alright, let me just go and match up the other eye and try and fix what's going on with the eyebrows, because they're not going well right now, and I'll be right back. Now that I've got both eyes matching, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to take the darker shade. This time I'm taking a clean M433 and I just want to get a bit more depth into my eyeshadow. So I'm going to start by popping some on the outer corner. Going to bring it into the crease as well. And then I'm just going to keep the same brush. I'm just going to be really careful because I'm going to bring it underneath as well. And then I'm going to go back into the reddish brown that I used at the beginning. Going to pack that back onto the lid and use it to blend in the darker shade a little bit. Why do I try? And then do the same underneath as well. And then again with the lighter shade, just really soften that edge out. Let me just take a little bit of the lighter shade again. Yeah, these eyebrows are just not holding in place at all today. Maybe the product is just a bit old. Just a bit too dry, oh well. Now I do love the way that a matte smoky eye looks. It is beautiful, but we've got to give it some sparkle. We've got to add a pop of colour and make it super, super shimmery. And I'm going to go into the Book of Magic palette from Beauty Bay. And I am going to go in with this shade here, which is Crystal. It's one of those blue-brown duochrome shades. Even if you don't have the Beauty Bay palette, I feel like you can find a very, very similar pigment somewhere. I am going to take some glitter glue. Can't find it. Very helpful. I'm gonna take a new tube of glitter glue. Let's start that way. I've had this one for ages. I bought it as a replacement for the NYX glitter glue I was using, and then I never seemed to finish that one. Like, it just seemed to keep on going. Why am I throwing everything around today? Oh my god. I just like to pop some on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna take a big brush like this one and just pop it on the lid. I'm gonna focus it more on the center, and then I'm just gonna take my finger, I'm gonna go into that shade Crystal and pop it on. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna take this big, what is this, Morphe M441. I'm just gonna take it around the edges. I do want it just a bit softer on the edges, so I'm just adding a bit more. You know what, I'm just gonna take some more product on the Morphe brush. This has just been my favourite combo recently. Just the warm base with the blue pigment over it. Obsessed. For the waterline, I'm going to use an Urban Decay eyeliner. This is the shade Mildew. I have one of their eyeliners already, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's the sparkly blue one. I think it's called like Electric Town or something. This one is more metallic than glittery. It's a really nice colour. I just prefer the sparkle of the other one. I grabbed it because it was on sale on Beauty Bay for like £11 I think or something, and I was like, I'm not gonna say no to that. Who would want to miss out on that? Just gonna quickly curl the lashes. And my mascara is gonna be the Urban Decay Perversion. This might even be a look without lashes today. I'm just gonna grab my Nars Climax, just because it's got a formula that's not quite as wet as the Urban Decay. So it's nice to have another one on top that's gonna separate a little bit. I do like mixing my mascaras when I want something a little bit extra. So for work, I'll mix the Climax Extreme with the Climax. I like having that really wet formula first. It's gonna really build up that volume, and then having that one that's just not quite as intense, just to separate everything. And then I'm gonna do the lower lash line with the Climax, just because I don't want something too intense. There we go. You know what, I'm just gonna build it up some more. We're just going in today. Okay, yeah, unfortunately the brows really are failing me today. I'm tempted to blame it on the heat. Even though it's cooled down, it's still quite warm in here, but I feel like normally it works at this heat. So I think I just need a new one. I just need to bite the bullet. I just need to bite the bullet and get a new one. So I think that's what I'll be doing. We'll just have to deal with this today. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be okay. We'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna move on to the face now, and I definitely have some fallout, especially this sparkly eyeshadow is a killer for it. This is a tip that I've learned from my colleagues since I've changed jobs. If you want to remove anything, you want to make sure that you're removing it using the product that you last put on. That wasn't a very elegant way of saying it. I'm just gonna use some of that rose essence on the cotton pad, and I'm gonna swipe everything away. So much sparkle though. It is not easy to get off. Oh, I'm also just not a fan of the rose smell, unfortunately. Alright, I think that's all the fallout I'm gonna manage to get off. So just in terms of how my skin feels, I feel like I can still feel the rose essence. Obviously this sort of area, I've got a bit more of it now, but sort of touching my forehead and everything, I can still feel it. So I don't think I'll be using this before makeup again. Like at night time in winter, I'm sure it would be really, really lovely to get that extra hydration, but under makeup, I'm an oily girl, I don't want to feel greasy. Let's go in with primer. I'm gonna start off with my Too Faced Plump and Prime. You know what, I'm turning 30 next year and I feel like I need some plumping. Oh, this smells lovely as well. So I just feel like that gives me just an extra little bit of hydration boost, but it's still really, really lightweight. And I do just feel like it kind of fills in those areas that need it. I don't think I've spoken about this on my channel yet, but I really want to talk about this. This is the NYX Pore Filler Targeted Stick. And the reason I want to talk about this is that I don't like it and I don't think it works. You know what? I'm actually going to zoom you guys in a little bit further. We're going to get really, really up close and personal here. Let's make sure we're in focus. Okay, there we go. I bought this one because of TikTok. I kept seeing people using this product and they would look so blurred. So yeah, in these videos, they use this product and their pores just disappear. I mean, there is a little bit of a blurring effect, but not that much. And this is absolutely no hate to the creators that I've seen using it at all, but I feel like the people that I've seen using this product, they just have really, really shiny skin, like really, really oily, really shiny. So when they use this product, we're really seeing the mattifying effect. And I feel like I can see that a little bit here. When I go over with my foundation, like I've still got pores. I know they're always gonna be there, but I feel like there are other products out there that probably blur a little bit better. I'm not gonna use it on this side. Once I've got my foundation on, we'll have a look, we'll compare, and we'll see if we can see a difference. But I just feel like I can get more of a blurring effect from powders and things like that. I just don't feel like I've really noticed all that much going on. Let me zoom you back out. Let's go to a nice distance and let's move on into our next product. This is one that I've definitely shown you before, and at the time I didn't know how to feel about it, but I've come to a conclusion and I really, really like this one. This is the Collection Filter Finish Gorgeous Glow, or Gorgeous Glow Filter Finish. I don't know which one it's meant to be. This is very clearly a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. As you can see, I've got it on the back of my hand and I just use it with my fingers. Now that I'm using it under the studio lights, which I, again, haven't done in months, I feel like I'm not really seeing it all that much. Like I feel like it's not showing up on camera for you guys all that much. It might just be because the lights are too bright. These brows are dreadful. Yeah, it might just be like the extra lighting. Natural light is what it's about with this product and it's really pretty. I use it under the foundation and then I use it over and it's just this really nice highlight. It's not over the top, it's really melted into the skin. So yeah, right now you guys can't see it, which is annoying. Hopefully we can see it a bit more over foundation. Speaking of, let's actually pick a foundation. What am I gonna use? I think I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. I have not worn this in ages. This is the shade, what is this? Rose Ivory. It is a little bit too dark for me. I'm going to do a couple of pumps. Gosh, this feels like plenty of product. This smells gorgeous as well. Everything smells lovely. What do I want to use? I'm going to use this one from Iconic London. I am definitely going to need some extra coverage down on the chin here. I should have colour corrected really beforehand, shouldn't I? These brows are such a disaster. Maybe I'll go in with a bit of the NYX brow gel to see if it can sort of help rescue things. Okay, you know what? I am going to go in with my fingers, guys, to finish this off, because right now it's looking very textured. It's looking very streaky. I could go and get a foundation sponge, but I'd have to get up to go and wet it. And I really can't be bothered. I'm far too lazy today. I feel like everything is just looking just like extra textured right now. And let's go in with another pump. I'm gonna make it a small pump. And you know what? I'm just gonna go in with my hands. I'm mostly just trying to build up the coverage on those areas where I need it. And by using my hands, it's just pushing it into the skin. Okay, I feel like that's looking a little bit better, but I'm not a fan of the foundation right now. I do like it normally. It's just not working right now, and I feel like it's just this breakout that's just ruining things for me, guys. Let's find a concealer to match. I think I am going to take some more of Cashew from Collection. It's not quite the same undertone, and it does look a bit lighter, but it does dry down darker. I'm just gonna pat it all in, and I'm hoping, because it's a slightly more yellow undertone, it will just slightly colour correct. There's something about the complexion that's just not quite working, but I feel like it never was going to today with the breakout anyway. I'm gonna do highlighting and under eyes now. I'm gonna take my Collection, what is this called? The Stretch Concealer? Yeah, Stretch Concealer. And this is in Extra Fair. I'm just gonna take it on an M441. Gosh, I forgot a little bit of this goes a long way. I haven't used this for ages. I just like to buff it into the skin with a brush, which is also quite nice when you've already got your eyeshadow done. You can just clean things up. I'm still gonna press things in with my finger. I just really like the way that it pushes everything into the skin. And then just a light amount, sorry you can't see, just a light amount down the center of the face. I feel like I've definitely been taking a less is more approach when it comes to my foundation and concealer recently, just really to help with that settling. Alright, so before we move on, let me zoom you guys back in. Is it because I'm so pale that it's really hard to see if there's a difference between both these sides? I feel like I can see a difference, but it's quite small. I just feel like this side just looks a little bit more matte than this side does, but it's not like really smooth, and I feel like there are just other products out there that do it better. I don't know, I just feel like the TikToks made it look so good, and I think you can save your money. I feel like you can get something that works a little bit better. We have another new product up next. This is the Nars Laguna Cream Bronzer. I've got the shade 01 here, which is pretty light. I'm just picking it up on my Peaches and Cream PC15. I am gonna get rid of the excess on the back of my hands. This shade is really light, as you guys can see, so if you're any paler than me, this is going to be a really nice shade for you. For reference, I currently wear a Mont Blanc in NARS foundations, but I would say actually I need a Gobi. I can go darker with this product. I can use 02, which is based on the original Laguna shade. I can pull that off, so even if you are pale, you can go for that slightly darker bronzer, but sort of any paler than me, I think this is just going to sit a little bit nicer on the skin. So I've just taken some more. Again, get rid of the extra product on the back of your hands. Oh god, this smells incredible, guys. And then to finish off my cream products, I'm now going to go back into the Collection Gorgeous Glow, and again back of the hand using my fingers. I feel like you guys can't see it on camera. It just gives such a lovely glow. It's just much softer than using a powder. I'm just going to go back into the bronzer. I'm going to take my Morphe E62, pick some up, again get rid of the excess on the back of the hand, and we'll do under the lips. What I like about this bronzer as well, if you are having a really lazy day, you can use it with your fingers. It will blend in really easily. Look at it, it's just melted into the skin so beautifully. So beautifully. I've just got some like really awkward pigmentation left over, and my lips are looking a little bit flaky. Let me take some of the lotion on my lips. Yeah, that lip balm may have been a tad too lightweight for my lips. Let me take some of this W7 Rose lip mask. All right, let's move on to powdering. I'm gonna start off with the under eyes. I'm gonna start off with my M441 again. Just make sure I haven't got any creasing. And I'm not going to be using the Revolution powder today. I know, shock, who would have thought? I am going to take a loose powder. I am not normally a loose powder girl, guys. I just find them messy and I feel like they look chalky and they're not that nice. But the Nars Light Reflecting Loose Powder. Oh, I love her. I use her on everyone at work. This is the shade Translucent Crystal. You guys probably can't see anything. It goes on so translucent, and I'm only going to use it on my under eyes, I think, today. And then actually, you know what? I'm going to take some more right where I used that NYX primer. Let me zoom you in. And I'm realizing now I should have done this on the other side where I hadn't used the NYX primer. But do you see that where I put the powder? I really hope this is all coming across on camera. Otherwise I'll be editing and realizing that this was all in vain. Do you see this side now compared to this side where there isn't any powder yet? This is so smooth. This, to me, helps things look a lot more poreless than the NYX primer does. So I'm just gonna do it again. I'm taking a good amount of powder here. It just looks so smooth. I'm not gonna take it all over because if I do, it is gonna sort of get rid of that highlight that you can't see anyway. So I'm gonna add a little bit more on my nose though. I just find if I wanna feel poreless, this powder is what is gonna do it for me. Gosh, there's an awful lot of settling as well on my forehead from the Nivea foundation. From the L'Oreal foundation. So let's get all of that powdered down. Same as I did on the under eyes, I'm just going to dab the foundation out, get rid of any creasing, and I'm gonna take some more of the loose powder. So now for the rest of my face, because I've been using this powder, I have not used this in like a month, and this was like my ride or die powder. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. What brush do I normally use this with? I don't even remember. This is how long I haven't used this one for. What do I do? How have I been living my life? Oh, right, that's it. I'm gonna go in with my Peaches and Cream PC04. So I'm just gonna take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish just on the rest of the face. All right, moving on. What am I gonna do? I think I do want to intensify the bronzer a little bit. What bronzer have I been using recently? I'm absolutely covered in powder though now, guys. This is the only problem about wearing black when you do your makeup. You end up covered. So unfortunately, guys, I know that this bronzer doesn't exist anymore. I think it was a limited edition and I did buy it in the reduced section at Boots. This is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Ultimate Mineral Infused Matte Bronzer. This is the shade 02 Suggestive. I mean, it is possible to overdo it, I feel, with this bronzer, like any bronzer really. If you pack it on loads, it might start looking a little bit orange, but it's a nice shade. Normally, anything in a bronzer that is past 1 in terms of the shade number I would be scared of, but this is actually really nice. And I'm using it with, what is this again, a Jaclyn Hill and Morphe JH06, and I haven't been contouring lately, guys. I've been too lazy. Yeah, this is my bronzing routine for most days, and I really like it. I like the combo of the Nars bronzer with the Estee Lauder one. It's just very natural. So yeah, this is just my current favorite combo. All right, blush. I've got a new product. I bought it for this video. I've been planning this video for ages and I still haven't used it. This is the Glowing in Grease palette from BH Cosmetics. Let me take off this plastic film because you guys might actually be able to see what I'm showing you. How do I get this off? Why do I always struggle so much with packaging? Anyway, the Glowing in Grease palette. We've got some beautiful warm tones. Let me take another Jaclyn Hill brush, another JH06. I'm going to start off with the shade Mykonos. Oh, that is pigmented. So I'm just going to start off pretty light. Okay, it is very powdery, and do you know what's happening? I just saw it, like the first time where you put the blush down on the skin, I just saw it collect all this powder. Something is not looking right now with my skin. There is just a lot of texture going on. Okay, do you know what? I thought this blush was gonna be really light, but actually, that's a nice amount of pigmentation. I'm just taking the powder brush, and then I'm gonna go into a bit of Milos. I'm gonna go really lightly. I know I shouldn't because my skin's so textured, but I'm just gonna go really lightly just to have a little bit more of a glow. Do you know what? I don't feel like the camera is picking up the blush the same way as it is in real life, which is annoying. I feel like that always happens with my blush, but that's nice, that's nice. Definitely more pigmented than I expected it to be. I'm gonna go in with some of Athens. I'm just gonna sweep it on. I'm going in with it pretty lightly because I have got all this texture. Yeah, that's just the right shade. I just wanted something just a bit warmer because we've got so much warmth going on the eyeshadow. I just really didn't want like a cool toned pink, and I feel like this is working. I like it. Well, the brows are a complete fail, guys, and I'm really shocked because this has never happened with the Pink Honey Original Super Hold, but I think I do just need a new one. We're just gonna have to switch things up today. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow, starting off with neutral brown. I can feel that there's product in the brows though, that's what's annoying. Like, they feel waxy right now, but they just didn't stay up, and this has never happened with this. I'm then gonna use the shade Taupe at the front of my brows. This is running really low, and I can't find this anywhere, and it's really stressing me out because I love this product so much. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Brow Glue. This is what I use on a daily basis, and it keeps them in place pretty well. It's also taking off my foundation right now, so this is a little bit of a fail, guys. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh well, we move on. All right, I'm just taking off the excess lip balm. I feel like even the NYX brow gel right now isn't keeping my brows up. What is going on? Maybe it is just the heat in here. Maybe it's just my brows. I don't know. They're just not cooperating today. So let's do lips. I am going to go in with the shade L Word from W7. I can't remember what this range of lipstick is called, but it's supposed to be like the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. And I think the heat in here might be a little bit of a problem right now because these are really creamy and every single one of them seems to have melted. Oh yeah, there we go, that's a nice shade. I'm just gonna grab a lip brush. It's a really, really beautiful shade to go into autumn with because it's got that really nice warmth to it. But I feel like the formula just, the formula's just not coping with the temperature in this room right now. Let's get a little bit of glow back in. I'm gonna go in with my iconic London setting spray. Alright guys, so for the first time in many, many months, here we are. Here is the finished look, and I hope as always that you guys like it. I have really, really been loving doing this kind of look recently, and I feel like especially with the fringe, like such an intense and beautiful pigment on the eye. I'm just living for it. I really, really, really love how it looks. And I just feel like we have to talk about these brows. Like, what is going on? I got like, it feels like the P. Louise video all over again right now, and it's so weird because this is not something that normally happens with those two products. They are normally the products that I can count on, but today nothing is working, and I feel like it is the heat in this room, guys. I had forgotten how hot it gets under these studio lights. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Yeah, I really like how this makeup look turned out. It was really nice showing you guys some products that I've been loving, and hopefully we sort of won't go as long without a video again. I feel like this is something I have said so much over the last few months. So hopefully you guys should be seeing more videos from me in the future, depending on inspiration, because yeah, inspiration has been low at times in the past year, but I think working for a more creative brand in my daily life is just kind of also helping inspire me to get back into making content. Anyway guys, I'm gonna stop rambling because as always I am absolutely babbling on right now. So as always guys, if you enjoyed this video then do please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment and letting me know what you thought of it, and if you haven't already but you keep watching my videos, you keep coming back, then you might as well hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and that way YouTube will let you know as soon as my next video comes out, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye guys.
Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time